So anyway, so it's fall, right? Or we're fastly approaching fall, which is my favorite time of year. But let me tell you, besides just the season changing, why it's my favorite time of year. In the fall, people start nesting. Hey, Nikki. And here's what I mean. They start settling in for the holidays. So when they're settling in for the holidays, you know what they're not doing? They're not looking for houses, right? So since they're not looking for houses, and now these sellers are starting, you just texted because on my 3 minutes ago. Yep, yep, I'm here. I'm here. So since they're not out looking for houses, and sellers, and these sellers are starting to feel a little tight in the chest. Sorry, I lost connection for a second. These sellers are starting to feel a little tight in the chest. It's a good time to do what? Buy a house. So these are the time for us to take advantage of situations, right? Everybody else, they're not paying attention. They done got caught up all into their football. Now they're out, you know, focusing on school, and they're not really as active in the market. So now is a good time, right? Always, it's kind of like when the seasons change and the stores put the the last season's clothes on sale. That's the time when you prepare and you buy. Now is the time to prepare and buy. So now since we have sellers in some markets, not every, before you even said, I know California, I know Eastern Upper Seaboard, I already know Miami, we already know New York. Okay, that's out the way. But in other places, um, now is the time to get out there, especially before the Feds decide they want to do another hike in the interest rate, because they seem to be the gift that keeps on giving. Go ahead. If you've been thinking about it, now's the time. And also, let me say this for those who are hitting the link in the bio and are speaking with realtors, I actually can see what you're saying, and everybody is saying, oh, in about 6 to 12 months. Why? Why? So I've decided for those people who are saying 6 to 12 months, not that I'm trying to overstep any other agent, but I'm about to email you and ask you why. Like, what we got to do? Why is it 6 to 12 months? Why? What's the problem? What are we waiting for? You already got the invitation. Why 6 to 12 months? What's the problem? You're gonna say, "Oh, well, finances." Would if you were a child growing up in a household with parents that rent, would you prefer to get Christmas presents under the tree for come Christmas, or would you prefer a roof over your head? Why are we waiting 6 to 12 months? Why? What's the problem? What's going on? So I'm gonna start sending y'all emails asking you why. I want to know why. And I want to know why because if I know the why, then I know how to help you, right? Why? What's up? What's the problem? There are down payment assistance programs out here. Bank of America just decided that they want to be generous to people of color. So why? Why? At any point, if you want to type the answer, I'm here to read it. Oh, can I explain Hometown Heroes? Yes, I can. First, let me say Hometown Heroes is a down payment assistance program that's being offered in Florida. So you're in Florida, I'm going to assume, correct? Let me know yes or no before I go off to make sure we're talking about the same thing. We're talking about Hometown Heroes in Florida. Let me know before I go off on a tangent. Okay, so Hometown Heroes in Florida. So if you're in different occupations, such as anything from medical assistant, firefighter, pretty much teacher, if you're working in the public sector, blah, 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 blah. It's a down payment assistance program. Whereas, hey, beautiful baby, cute name. Um, whereas If you are in that field, you can qualify for to up to I believe it was what, 26,000 or $25,000, up to, meaning it's going to depend upon the cost of the home, how much money you get. Now, let me tell you, from what I've seen with my clients here in Tallahassee, they actually end up getting more money with the bond money, BOND. They actually end up getting more money. So, hey, I was just talking about New York and how y'all are special. Um, so in actuality, Kim, what I've seen is that bond money tends to give more than hometown heroes from my clients, what I've seen. And if you're needing a lender who is proficient in Florida that works with both programs, let me know. Send me an email, and I'll send you the lender that I work with that works with both programs. But that's what it is. So, yeah. Now, Hometown Heroes is completely different from the Good Neighbor Next Door, which is also for teachers, too. Teachers, firefighters, EMS. It's completely different. So those are two different programs. Okay? So if you haven't looked into the Good Neighbor Next Door, look into that as well. But the more bang for your buck is more than likely going to be the bond program. And the bond program is available not only in Florida, but it's also available in Texas, Louisiana, and Georgia, which is a down payment assistance program. You have a hard time finding grants that are for first time home buyers in Massachusetts. Okay. I don't know I'm married, so I don't think I'm married. Moving on. You're having a hard time finding grants that aren't for first time home buyers in Massachusetts. Okay, so um, Tiffany Renee Hometown Heroes, to my knowledge, yes, it's only in Florida. As far as in Massachusetts, for second time home buyers, what I would suggest that you do is that there's a link in my bio that you can click that link, and it's to bring you to, in pick your state, and it's to bring you to different opportunities that's available. But what I would suggest is I'm trying to think of the name, the National Home Buyers Fund. I was filibustering until it popped in my head. The National Home Buyers Fund. Can you use bond with new construction? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. But try the National Home Buyers Fund. Also, some lenders, like the lender that I work with, they do offer a down payment assistance, a nationwide down payment assistance, whether you're first time home buyer, second time home buyer, 3.5%. You have a question about that from the section of Social Security income. So, okay, hot takes. I'm gonna answer your question. I'm gonna pause it so I can go back and answer your question. Okay, so you have a question about that. That's Section 8 voucher. And okay, so okay, boom. First things first. One, when you're talking about the Section 8 House Choice Voucher Program and purchasing a home, make sure that your local housing authority participates with the program. Step one. Step two, with NACA, regardless if you use NACA or not, any lender that you decide to combine the Section 8 program with, you have to be mortgage eligible, right? So it doesn't change whether you're getting the voucher or not because the lender doesn't care who paying them. You could pay them, your cousin could pay them, Kunta Kinte could pay them. I mean, it doesn't matter. It don't matter who paying. The lender doesn't care whether it's a Section 8 voucher or not. Let's get that clear. Also, let's understand that you're only going to be approved for what you can afford. So, regardless if your income is from Social Security disability, or if your income is from working an actual job, or if your income is from um, alimony, your income is your income. So, it doesn't really matter uh, who you're getting the money from or where the money is coming from as far as your income. What matters is affordability, right? So, your affordability is going to be based upon what you could afford off of your income. Now we're going to piggyback back to the Section 8 voucher. With the Section 8 voucher, I want you to understand that they're not going to just pay the mortgage and you're going to get a free house. No, that's not how that works. You have to be mortgage eligible, which means that you're going to pay it for a couple of years. and then you have to be able to take over the entire payment. It's not a free house. It's not a free house. Okay. Now, when we're talking about the Section 8 and pairing it with NACA, NACA is a zero down payment, zero closing costs, no PMI, not based upon credit. So fundamentally, you can have trash credit, have income coming in, but it's going to be based upon, even though your income may or may not be high income, regardless of what it is, but that you're paying your bills on time, which makes you NACA eligible. Now, with those things combined, we'll go back to step one, making sure that your housing authority participates in that program. Okay? So income is income. I don't care if the income is Social Security, if the income is Popeyes. Income is income. Okay? So, oh, that was a lot of questions popped up. Let me scroll back down. Will the lender help with credit issues? Okay. Some lenders, a good lender, will, when you talk to them, they'll do a soft pull. And in doing the soft pull, they'll be able to look at your credit and tell you exactly, pinpoint what you need to work on. Now, the link in my bio, if you scroll past the states, you will see where it says credit repair. And you will also see where you can apply for a mortgage. But I would say if you're skeptical or skeptical, whichever way you want to pronounce it, what I would strongly suggest for you to do is talk to a lender verbally, pick up the phone, talk to them, and say, hey, I want to purchase a home and I want to get mortgage ready. Can you do a soft pull, look at my credit, and tell me exactly what I need to do to get mortgage ready? Some realtors can do it, some can't. Some realtors will say, and also if you come across any of the realtors that I work with and they tell you this, tell me, tell on them, rat them out, okay? Because I'm gonna need to fix it. There shouldn't be a oh come back to me later. No, they should say okay, I'm going to work with you whether it's short term or long term, right? So we can figure out what we need to do to get you into a home. So that's an option. Hello, how are you? I'm good. Do you take clients outside of your state? Yes, I do. Retired August 6th. Congratulations. Can I see what my projected monthly potential would be? Can't apply for anything yet. Okay, that makes sense. You have to, because you have to know what you're getting for the math to be mathing. Why do they say I don't qualify? Because I don't have enough income to be on NACA. What's your debt? See, I'm bringing because that's the thing. So it's a twofold situation. What's your debt? If you are, whether you're making $20,000 or whether you're making $100,000, what's your debt? The purpose of asking that question is because it's going to, how much money you have left over to go towards your bills. I'm sorry, to go towards your mortgage. So you don't have it figured out that way. So all of your money can't be tied up in paying Tom Smith, Bob, da 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 da. What are you going to have to go towards your mortgage? And fundamentally, you're going to say, well, I'm able to pay my rent on time each month. Well, Freddie Mac takes that into account. And the Freddie Mac takes that into account when the lender is presenting to see if they could possibly resell your mortgage, right? But you have to have some money left over that will go towards actually paying your monthly mortgage. So whenever someone says about their income and they say they don't make enough money, that tells me that your debt, the amount of debt won't sustain a monthly payment. Get where I'm going with that? How can I find a subdivision where they are building new constructions in Cypress, Texas? Easy. Ask a realtor. You want to know where a realtor at in Cypress, Texas? Click the link in my bio. Hit Texas. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Not as hard. How do I find a lender and can I do all strings? And can I do all strings attached? Yes, you can. Right? Yeah. Yes, you can. So this is how you find a lender. If in the event that you don't or aren't working with a real estate agent who has a preferred lender, you can ask someone like me. Like I work with in my mutual, I work with some fire loans. I work with a couple of different lenders. And most lenders I work with are national lenders. So if you email me, I can send you their contact information. But I will caution you and say this: do a comparison. Talk to these lenders. If you a price shop for a car, you better price shop for a mortgage. Okay? You want to know what they offer. Do they offer any credits? Um, what are their fees? You want to do a side by side comparison. The same way I taught you guys how to compare the different loan types. Well, is the FHA better for me? Is it better for me to do, a different kind of program? Is a conventional loan better for me? And if it's a conventional loan, do I want to go with the Bank of America conventional loan? Do I want to go with Synova's ANT program? Or is it better for me to go with a Freddie Mac? So you have to do a comparison to see what's best for you. And if you don't know any of those loans I just mentioned or the types, I would suggest that you make sure you follow and just binge watch. So I try to go over different loan types so you can know what's available out there to you because a lender is only going to tell you what they offer, right? And unless you're going to sit there like me and don't sleep at night and read about this stuff, if you don't want to do that, go ahead and watch the videos. I try my very best to explain the different things to you guys so you can know um, what to do and what to ask. Okay, these things popped up fast. Okay, hold on. Okay, so hot picks, that's good. Now let me tell you something. I don't have any. Let me disclaimer. I don't have anything against Rocket Mortgage. That's my disclaimer. I'm gonna say for me, I don't like to deal with big box lenders like that because I like to deal with feel like I'm going to Cheers. I need everybody to know my name. I want to have a personal relationship with you. I don't want to be loan number 67843215556, right? I want to work with a lender that if I'm in a multiple offer situation, that will pick up the phone and call the seller's agent and say, hey, this person has been manually underwritten. They're pretty much a walking, talking check to give me that edge, right? That's the kind of lenders that I deal with. It's important, depending upon what market you're in, to have a lender that's going to stamp and say, they're good. They got a real stamp of approval. They have more than just an email like everybody else. They have more than just a letter like everybody else. To have a lender pick up the phone and say, they've already been vetted. I've already gone through their financials and they've already been through underwriting, that they are a walking, talking check. That's the kind of lender I like to deal with. So I've never heard of them people doing that. Okay. I'm trying to build my real estate business. Can I connect with you on Facebook? Yeah, girl.